Happy Tuesday, fish keepers, and welcome to a video of the day in the life of running a tropical fish store. Thanks very much for being here. I'd really appreciate it if you stay to the end because I have some ginormous news. No, I don't. I don't have any ginormous news. I'm going to tell you no tips and secrets or anything like that. That's what I think they call in the business a hook to get you to watch more of the video. So you're hooked. Watch the end of the video. Let's actually, before we go into what we're going to do today, I want to celebrate a small win. The old YouTube machine sent me an email this morning saying we have now had 525,000 views overall, which I thought was kind of cool because not long ago we were at 500,000. So, hey, that's a wee bonus. Now we can talk about what we're going to do today. Hopefully in a couple of hours there'll be a few boxes of plants sitting here. We can get through our plant orders. The track records of plants arriving on the Tuesday recently not been so flash. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see how we go. We are waiting for 3 boxes of plants this week, so fingers crossed 3 arrive today and we can smash them out. If not, well, we'll smash them out when they turn up. I just spilled coffee on my hand. We've got a couple of boxes of fish to pack later this afternoon as well, so we'll get through that. Should have time today to do this as well. Our in-house quarantine setup is empty for the best part, so we need to run through and do some water changes in through here so we can get some new fish in maybe later this week, maybe next week. So I think that'll probably be a bit of a priority for me. And oh wow, there's some nice pretty looking platies. And we'll begin harvesting out through here for the platies as well, getting them into the shop as well. The other week I sat down for a couple of days and did a bunch of businessy stuff. I have finished that review and we can go through that as well. You may or may not find it interesting, but yeah, we can go through that as well. A lot of brain power is going to that at the moment, so it's quite a big thing happening for me. So we can go through what I have discovered, what I was doing, and what we're going to do moving forward. We'll do that at some point as well. This is an unofficial algorithm engager. I was just doom scrolling through Instagram. Wasn't really doom scrolling anyway, by the way. And Chris Inglezu put up a post about some of the work that he's been doing over the years. And we recently spoke about him, I think when we had Nathan on. He was saying about all the work that he was doing and no one's kind of noticing and stuff like that. So we had Chris on about 2 years ago into the Fanatics Friday Coffee Date. So far, I don't know if we've had any guests come on twice. But obviously we've got more people watching the Fanatics Friday Coffee Date, and so some of the work that a lot of these conservationists are doing, we're able to sort of show a bit more people to it. Would you like to see some of the guests that we've already had on come back on, do some updates on what they're doing, and all that sort of stuff? Is that of an interest to you guys? If it is, I can ask some questions and see if we can get some people back on the show that have already been on. There's also some new people that weren't here with us 18 months ago, 2 years ago when we first started doing these coffee dates, so there'll be some people that haven't seen them, haven't gone through the back catalogue as well. So yeah, if you're keen for us to speak to some people we've already spoken to, let us know, or let me know in the comments down below. And if there's enough people to say, yeah, it's a great idea, get into it. We love hearing from people that want to talk about aquariums, which is basically why we do it. Let me know and we'll see if we can organise some stuff. Absolutely the unofficial algorithm engager. 2 of the 3 so far have arrived, but something else cool's arrived. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Woo! This isn't plants. Let's crack it open and see what's in there. That's pretty cool. Other than being called inbred, that's still pretty. Not being called inbred, the cup's pretty cool. Woo! Hey, if you haven't yet, jump onto the 3 Let's Talk Aquariums podcast. It's a fun time. We live stream tomorrow morning, to be fair. Yee-hee-hee-hee! Oh no, we've had our first casualty in the Macolgi tank. That's disappointing. Rest in peace, little soldier. Rest in peace. Look at me walking around like King Dick with my new mug. Unfortunately, because I'm cack-handed, every time I lift it up, you're not going to see it because I hold the camera in my right hand and my coffee stuff in my left hand. So I'm going to do it like... Well, that worked. It's just a little bit awkward. Anyway, look what I've just seen. The light's not working. It's just basically the update on how the light's going, and it's not really going very well. Oh well, it's what it is. Maybe tomorrow. Alright, Root. It's time for today's algorithm engager. This is where you help me game the YouTube system so more people see the Fanatics Friday coffee date. I ask you a stupidly simple question, you answer it. YouTube says, hey, great work guys. We'll show more people your videos. For the record, it is absolutely working. While you're here, like this video as well. My question for you today. Who's your favourite actor or actress? Which one that you always really enjoy watching? You think their work is phenomenal? Comedic actor for me would have to be Adam Sandler. I'm a fan. I've been a big fan of Adam Sandler for a very, very long time. Yeah, I think that is probably my favourite. I don't even know if there's some notable mentions on that. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a pretty fairly handy actor as well, but I don't think he's got much on Adam Sandler, but he's a different sort of actor, of course. Yeah, so that would be my pick, Mr. Adam Sandler. Who is your favourite actor or actress? Alright guys, let's keep working on this video. I turned the light on these beasts this morning so I could take a quick photo of me with my new coffee mug. Yowza! These guys warranty yells every single time. It's a pretty fish. It's a big pretty fish. Hey, old grumpy guts. Hey, Mr. Grumpy Guts. Beautiful fish. So as I said earlier, the other week we did a bit of a search of what's going on within the business, how we can move forward and all that kind of stuff. And the results of that have come back as basically the business is both sucking and blowing at the same time. Far from making any money. In fact, it's costing me a metric ton of money a year, which is far from ideal. So I don't quite know how we're going to move forward through this. Everybody is struggling. I've spoken to lots of people in this industry and other industries that own businesses, and everyone's like, we're struggling. So we all know that. Everyone in general in New Zealand is struggling. So at the moment, my wife and I are having a lot of discussions on how we move forward, what we do, how we continue with it. But at the moment, it's not good signs ahead. Things like $1,000+ power bills for now 4 months in a row really make it difficult. Freight to get things into Nelson is insane. As an example, the mugs that Matt sent us yesterday cost him about $30 to send it to me, and it cost about $6 to send it to Ryan in the same island. So I deal with it every week. All of my suppliers are in the North Island, the other island, so it costs me a significant amount to get my stuff here. Equally, it costs me a significant amount of money to get my stuff away from here, and I think there's only so much that we can charge for freight. We're already charging $11 for our general stuff, which I think is up there, but it only just covers the cost, and if I'm really totally honest, it probably isn't actually covering costs. Same with the freight of fish, it's $50 NZ wide, which is just covering cost, and again, probably not if I'm properly honest. So yeah, things are a bit tough. It's hard to make things work, but we'll, yeah, my wife and I are sitting down, we're trying to work things out. So we'll see how we go. So that is the state of the play when it comes to the business and the review that we have just gone through. Basically, I was trying to work out our top 100 selling items, how much money we were making from them, how often they were selling, should we stock them with this supplementary items that we need to have because they kind of don't always sell, but we need to have them. Off the top of my head, I am looking at Levamisol, for example. We don't sell very much of that, but we kind of need to have it on the shelf because without it, how are you complete the shop sort of thing? People don't always need it, but when they do, they need it when they need it. So that's where that's kind of at, and that's the state of play we're at for now. So not entirely sure where we go. It's a conversation for me and my wife to continue tonight, and we'll rock from there. So I just want to talk to the last thing I said about where the business is going. Every aspect of it is actually growing in a really positive way. Social media, more followers, more views, more likes, etc., etc. Website traffic is increasing week on week, month on month. Email list number is increasing, open rate is increasing, click-through rates increasing. Every single aspect in the business is going in the correct way, except for the other most important bit, I'll rephrase it, except for the absolutely most important bit, the bottom line, which is tremendously falling off a cliff. So that's the part that we need to work through and work out how we can either sell more stuff or lower more costs so that bottom line changes a little bit. So I can do simple things like feed my kids, because that is just as much important. So anyone who is in business, if you've got any ideas, please feel free to let me know, because I'm open to lots of options. But yeah, that's the conversation that my wife and I are currently having at the moment. So let's get back to the fish stuff. As I was doing that little walk, I just noticed that the fry are getting a little bit bigger in this tank. That's kind of cool. At least I think so. Orders packed. Unfortunately, that one box that we were missing was quite a vital key to a lot of these orders. Like, we're missing one plant from one order, another plant from another order, otherwise all of these are basically gone. So, unfortunately, it's going to have to wait till tomorrow. Invoice has been sent, tracking has been sent for the box, so it's been picked up today, so it means it won't be here till tomorrow, and that is what it is. So yeah, other than the box of fish or two to go, these are all ready to rock and roll, so I think we can get on to doing some water changes very soon. But before we do that, I'm going to use my backwards cup again. Join us tomorrow as the 3 Distal Aquariums. So I may or may not have spent 2 hours too long pissing around, working on CapCut. It's so much fun. I'm going to spend some more time, and as soon as I finish these water changes. So I've begun water changes, as we can see. So I'll get these water changes rocking and rolling, get some things cleaned up, and then I may or may not spend some more time pissing around on CapCut. Working on CapCut. And I totally forgot I had some new fish coming in today from a local breeder. Some longfin golden bristlenose and some assorted angels, which need to be getting out of this bag pretty quickly by the look of it. Now, I just walked into an aquarium. Now, just for a bit of fun, one of the orders of fish that we sent yesterday has been delayed at the couriers. To get through to the couriers, it is an absolute giant pain in the ass. I've been holding for 20 minutes. Nobody answered. It's just absolute... Yeah. So, customer has told me that the courier said that I send it on 2-day shipment. Looking at the receipt, it 100% went overnight because it cost me $47 to do that. Yeah, it's gone overnight. The couriers have fucked it up, and I'm being blamed for it, which is far from ideal. So I've got to somehow get hold of the couriers. It's nearly 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that now. Unlikely it's going to be there today. Yeah, fingers crossed it arrives tomorrow. Fingers crossed there's nothing wrong with the fish. Once they're out of my hands, it's out of my hands, out of my control, but hopefully they'll arrive tonight. I can get hold of them. Hopefully they'll arrive alive. It's a freaking nightmare. Yeah, I'm going to finish filling up these tanks, and I'll jump myself back on hold again and see how we go. So after that, we rant about the couriers. I've got to go pack a fish order of 7. Actually, it's only 1. So we'll get that done now after my little rant. Hopefully they deliver this one on freaking time. Alright, let's pack some swordtails up. So my customer wanted 8 swordtails, combination of 2 males, 6 females. We'll try and accommodate that. So we're just taking a couple scoops of swordtails out of the tank. Get what we can get out of this. If we've got to get some more, we have to get some more. As always, chuck a drop of methylene blue into the bag water. This helps allow the fish to absorb oxygen during their journey, so if the water gets low on oxygen, they have the ability to absorb a little bit more of it, which in theory means they can travel a little bit safer and a little bit longer. Coincidentally, I did a water change on that tank yesterday, so the water level, nitrates, that kind of stuff is really low. Always try and make sure that is like that before you send fish. Also haven't fed this morning as well, so they should be pretty well fasted and emptied for their journey, which hopefully means they'll make it there alive. We try and work on this practice all the time, can't always do the water changes prior to sending fish, but we send a lot of fish on Monday. We don't feed them on Sunday because I don't often come in. I come in, but I only want to make sure there's no fires to put out. And because of which they get fasted on the Sunday more often than not, which means Monday they are generally pretty well void, which means that hopefully they get on destination with less chance of, or less risk of death. Fingers crossed, the fish that have been delayed via the couriers, that's what's happened to them, and they're going to be sweet as and arrive tomorrow. Thoughts and praise, please, people. Thoughts and praise. All boxed up. I always write a pretty little note on the box. I like to use the word live animals, not live fish, because people seem to care more about animals than what they do fish. Hopefully that means put on delay. I make sure I highlight that it was sent today, or packed today on an overnight courier, and a little fragile sticker. Not that I think couriers actually pay attention to the word, those stickers. Anyway, that's where we go. Fingers crossed. Makes its way to the recipient tomorrow morning. They will get a email with all the tracking information once the courier scans it and all that kind of stuff. We're pretty high tech around here. I've connected 2 different pieces of technology together to make that work. Be good at that. And then over there they go. Always try and pack my fish orders as late as possible in the day. About 20 minutes until the courier is going to be here to pick everything up. So less time in the box, less time in the bag, the better for all the fish as far as I'm concerned. And that means it's around about 4 o'clock now, so this will probably be the last little clip I do today. I'm going to sit down, edit this video, get it all logged up, get it all loaded up, get it rocking and rolling. You may or may not have noticed there's been a few more little shorts and gags and stuff happening on both the 3 Idiots and the Fish Room pages. Check them out, they're a fun time. Before I forget, we will check out the blackbed algae and what looks like a bit of asparagus popping out of the big tank. So this is our asparagus. It's growing nice and tall. It's nice and firm, nice and strong. It's just looking great. Look at it go. No flower yet, but it's definitely standing pretty much to attention. And the blackbed, definitely killing itself off. The camera doesn't totally show the colour, but it is definitely not the original colour. Let's go check it out the back. And here we go out here. Again, it's not totally being shown up on the camera, but it is nowhere near the same colour that it was. So I dump a couple more capsules in, get squirting on the other stuff, and we will check it out again tomorrow.